Welcome back again, East Coast DNA. Thanks everyone for following the content. I started putting out a little bit more than I expected to be able to get to this weekend. So great problem to have, having
Can't complain.
too many artists around. Who'd complain about that? So some of our usual listeners may recognize this gentleman here to my right. Joe Hubley. Anyone that was watching the content that I was posting last night, there was a video from your performance, which turned out awesome, by the way. I, there was a couple that I actually, like, before I crashed last night, I was going back through to scroll because I couldn't listen to everything as I was posting. And there was a few, yours included, where I think I went back and watched a couple more times before I went to sleep. So
Oh man.
thank you for the performance. That was awesome.
Thank you for showing up. Thank you for filming it, getting it out to the people, the East Coast DNA fans. Man,
Yes.
it's I had a lot of fun. I think it turned out pretty well. People were into it. People were vibing along with us, and that's all really
You
I
had
think we can
really
ask for.
good crowd interaction going on,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and you had a guest on stage there with you that you have here today. So maybe you should do an introduction of yourself, since some of our viewers wouldn't know you at all.
Please, Art, get him.
Alrighty. My name is Archive. I'm a producer and engineer
Uh
based
huh.
out of Halifax. I run a studio with um, my two other business owners called Youthful Music. You can find us in the North End. UTHFUL Music on everything. And yeah, come through if you want to get your sound right. Joe
I'm through.
Hubley is a prime example of someone who did that, and look how it's working out.
I'm reformed, y'all.
And so, do you guys have anything that you're working on now? For, like, you just had like an album out not that long ago. That's why we had you
Yeah.
on. But you have new material that you're working on already.
Most definitely. We're cooking
Yeah.
all the time. It's like a constant state. The kitchen, the burners are always on high. You know what I mean? We got it fueled up. It's just flowing out of us. We've taken a little break from the studio. We were locked in for a while there, but we've been playing a couple shows,
So,
showcasing, like you said, the EP that came out September 1st, Spirits and Ghosts. But we have a lot of content. The vault is just overflowing, and we
awesome.
got some new music coming probably sooner than I think a lot of people would expect. We're looking at I'd say early in the new year, you can expect
Cool.
some new stuff from us.
That's
I think
exciting.
it's just like a step up. We've been even talking about this. It's like, we got the first EP out of our system, a little taste of what we can do, but I think we can all agree, and I think the listeners will agree too, that this is a more mature approach to, I think, what people are expecting from us.
Well, and for anyone that hasn't seen you live, but maybe has heard like the single or the EP, one thing I was aware of from following you and having met you, so I knew where to look for stuff, that there was a little bit of finesse that you already had caked in there that you don't necessarily get just from listening to it. So I've said this to a couple artists already this weekend, but if I don't like you, I'm just not gonna tell you anything.
Uh
So
huh.
if I'm telling you good things, it's good things. Blew me away. I had a high expectations going in, and I didn't catch the full set. I was a little disappointed I wasn't there for the whole thing, but once I got there, I was so blown away that I definitely got to catch you again soon. So,
Oh,
do you have any live performances coming up, or you got to gear up some new material and promote that for a little tour or something?
we had a little run across Atlantic Canada just to kind of reach some new cities,
Mm-hmm.
bring the EP to some new listeners. We're, I think, going to take the next little while to finish up this follow up project
Yeah,
because, again, like operating and running on like a little taste of a 4-track EP plus an intro is nice, but a lot of people are worried that that's not a sustainable thing.
sure.
So we want to pack a punch. You want to say like, we know more than anybody that we can follow that up and do better because we're not looking to recreate nothing. We're looking to get to that next level, and we know we have that in our repertoire. But it's convincing people. You know what I mean? So we do have a couple shows. We don't want to leave people hanging. Like you said, it's a experience. I'm hoping everybody can get a little taste of. And so we got a couple announcements coming up soon, but I think the main motive is just going to be locking ourselves back in that hot ass studio and getting that follow up ready for the listeners.
And since you have already mentioned it, and when we originally had you on for the feature episode, we talked about Useful as well. So, since we're at a Nova Scotia music event and there's still a day of showcases left, is there anybody that you've been working with, or even maybe nobody that you worked with at Useful, but friends that you have that people should be checking out tonight? I'm
What
sure
is
everyone's great.
Everyone's great. Listen,
But anyone you want to give a specific
what's the
call out to?
political answer?
Yeah.
Man, no, I think we have to. Like we were saying, the youthful shout out runs deep. Braden Cameraman's one of the creators and main men at Youthful is performing tonight as part of Sleepy Kicks, 12:15 a.m. That's Saturday night at the Rod Grand.
Awesome.
Beautiful hotel in downtown bustling Yarmouth. And who else we got? I mean, like everyone. Nova Scotia Music's got an app. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And you can find all the whole schedule on there. I know we will be at Sleepy Kicks though. We had to show up for the man, one of my favorite bands on earth. I don't know. I've been having Living Easy running through my head all day, so that's the first one that comes to mind. I think.
And a similar question, but a follow up to it. That's even easier to answer. In the last couple days, is there anyone that you happened to catch a performance from that you were not aware, they weren't on your radar before you got on the scene this weekend, and then you saw them and you're like, oh man, like I gotta find out more.
100%. And of course, there has been a couple, but the first one, as soon as you asked it, it came to mind. We were eating at the Shanty Cafe in Yarmouth, and Electro-Shock Therapy was
Yeah, I
having a
know what you
performance
mean.
there. That was ridiculous. We were just eating there, and I was not expecting that at all. And he had a couple guests up. I think Jack
Yeah.
Murtha, Post Fun, came up, sang a couple songs too, and that was amazing. But when he just got going on his violin, and he had a couple pedals, a couple effects looped up, and then he'd start going into these falsetto runs. It was a beautiful experience, man. Electro-Shock Therapy, if you are listening, you are a genius, and I hope to catch you again soon. That was an amazing performance, and I would promote him till the end. Everybody's got to go see that.
Yeah, awesome. And he's very active throughout the year too.
Mhm.
I've been aware of him for probably about a year now too. So definitely somebody to keep an eye out for.
And shout out to Shanty Cafe too. Those home fries were ridiculous.
Awesome.
And the
Thank you,
fruit bowl.
Shanty.
Come on.
So I'm gonna wrap up here so we can take a little peek, see who's floating around here. We'll get people to follow you on. What's the Instagram handle since this is online right now?
Yeah, Joe Hubley. Catch me everywhere at Hubley Joe. HUBLEYJOE. Got my man Archive over here. ARCIVE. And you can follow his studio as well, Youthful Music. We are everywhere, and you're going to see us at the top very soon. So keep your eyes fixed there.
Perfect. And in the near future, we'll have to have a useful specific feature episode.
Please.
We'll hook something up. Awesome. And getting closer to new material, we'll have to have you back on to get the latest and greatest and find out where to catch you live again at that time.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. It's always a pleasure to be running into you in the small town of Yarmouth too. It's a beautiful gazebo we got.
Oh yeah, we lucked out and the weather's decent, so
can't complain at all.
Enjoying the day. Great. All right, thanks everyone for watching, and we'll probably be back with another artist as it's early in the day and everyone seems to be in great cheer. So see you all again soon.
God bless.